Hey guys, I'm live. How you guys doing? Um, I I want to do an update on a breakthrough that I had on my guitar technique, but I've said that so many times. I've even said this breakthrough before that I almost didn't do this video. Um, I almost thought the heck with it, but I'm transparent with you guys, so um, I'll do it. Um, I have an uncle. I've cut. Well, I won't name him, but he was a good music influence on me, and he said that everybody should learn to use their pinky on their left hand for music. And I had dabbled at that. I had this breakthrough that I'm going to tell you about yesterday in my walk. I dabbled on that, like I'm trying to use my little pinky, my little finger, and I'm even doing it. But on my walk yesterday, it came to me that I actually consider that its own technique. And I consider that I do that as one of my techniques. So I kind of upgraded the level I think of it as. It's like one of my, like alternate picking or sweeping or tapping. And one of my techniques is using the little finger on the left hand. And I think that upgraded my left hand playing. I wasn't even going to say this because I just thought everyone was going to say, yeah, whatever, or yeah, right, or whatever. But if you notice my last two videos, which I played since then, the first one was when I did my new song, Big Bummer This Summer, I had the pinky breakthrough. And then when I did Jammer Smith Jimmie this morning, I had that pinky breakthrough. I had it. I mean, not I've had it in a bad way, but I had the breakthrough. And if you notice, if you I can notice that I'm better. I'm better with the pinky is now. It's one of my techniques to use the pinky, and it's like you can't tell by looking. You wouldn't be able to know that I'm using my pinky finger or my other fingers. Before I would stall a little bit when I would go to use my pinky because it wasn't as quick as the other fingers. But I don't think that's the case anymore. In fact, if you watch carefully, I actually bend notes with the pinky now too, and my pinky isn't slowing me down on my left hand, and it's actually just as fast as the others. And Eric Johnson said that you get a different tone from your pinky than you do the other fingers, and you can tell that. I think that too. You can tell there's a different tone for each of the fingers, so it helps me play smoother, quicker, and with more varied tones more proficiently because I can use my pinky better now. That may be all of my breakthroughs I'm going to have technically, but then again, I've said that before too. And like I said, I almost didn't do this video because I thought nobody would take me seriously or people, or whatever. But it was when I followed my uncle's advice to the level of considering that as itself its own technique that I finally think I have it now. It's not just something I'm doing and working on. It's actually a technique that I consider pinky finger playing an actual technique. If you don't use your pinky, you're missing part of that technique. You're missing part of technique because you're not using your pinky finger. Just like if you only do downstrokes, you're missing alternate picking. Well, if you don't use your pinky, you're missing using your pinky as a technique. So there's that upgrade in my playing. In fact, I think it maybe even startles people because I'm playing too good, or they're used to me playing with my pinky slowing me down. So when I play now, they think, "What's he doing?" It goes. But it's actually, if you get used to it, it's actually smoother and faster than all my playing before. So there's that. And I'm gonna go to the Mormon church this morning. I can't. Oh, I don't see the time right now, but I have less than an hour before I go. Oh, and three Mormon missionaries came up to me the other day, and I let them pray with me on the sidewalk. Out loud. I let them pray with me. To me, it was like I go with the flow with the universe. Obviously, I didn't orchestrate them coming up to me. The universe did, and I went with it. So, the pinky breakthrough is the thing. I almost didn't do it. A magician doesn't reveal his secrets or whatever, blah blah blah. But I almost don't know how to hold things back from people. I don't even know how anymore. If I'm holding on to something, then I feel like I don't let it go myself. It's like I'm not even at peace with it because I'm holding it back from people. So for me alone, I needed to do this. So I have the pinky finger. Was there anything else I was going to say? I hate when I say that because it sounds like I'm not prepared, but I don't rehearse these. And so what else was I going to say? Anybody have an idea? No. I'm just thinking if there's any other topic I didn't mention. I think that I think no matter how I think I'm always going to play guitar. Like I had the breakthrough where I realized I could quit if I wanted, and then I didn't quit. In fact, by letting it go, playing guitar, it came back to me even stronger without me even trying. It's like I let it go, but then I had it. So it seems like even if I were to master guitar, I would still play. Because first of all, you never really master the guitar, and second of all, I have playing in my heart. It's like something I believe in, something I feel, and something I mean. So I'm gonna probably do it no matter what I think about my mastery. I'm probably always gonna play guitar. And I want to thank you guys for watching my videos lately. I see the views, and I appreciate it. Not just my talking ones. I mean, back in the months ago, people would listen to me talk, and then I'd go to play, and I'd only get a few views. I appreciate you watching the playing, because that's actually why I did this channel. I did this channel to bring back rock and roll, and the peace and love and rock and roll that we had in the 80s and 70s and 60s. Even though I didn't know rock and roll in the 60s. So I hope you like my stuff. I hope you like my original. I do original songs. I do jams that are original pieces. I do other people's songs, and I don't know. I enjoy playing guitar, and I enjoy my channel, and I don't overstress about it, because when I grew up without the internet, so I know how to go back to that if I have to. If my whole channel tanked and Google deleted me, I'd still live. I'm not a millennial that can't ever conceive of no phone. I can. I grew up without them. So in some ways that's an advantage, I think, for me, because I don't have a dog in the race like a lot of people might. Like I love my channel, but if all the computers went underwater tomorrow and there's no more internet, I'd still be walking around being shirtless guy. It wouldn't kill me. So, but I love it. I love the internet. I love you guys. On the other flip side of that, you guys help me get through my days. You fans that say hi to me on my walks and give me the sign and watch my channel, it helps me recharge and get the good energy to give back to you, which is cool, and I appreciate that too. I appreciate that side of things. I appreciate people that acknowledge me on my walks and stuff. In fact, I'm getting rides from people, and I almost always take a ride. To me, it shows good faith. And even if I don't need the ride, and sometimes I do like the ride, but even if I don't, I just take the ride anyway, because it shows I'm trying to bring back the peace we had before the shams hit us, 9/11 and COVID. And miss me, because I don't buy it. I kind of bought it a little when 9/11 happened, but I didn't really buy it, because I saw George Bush on TV saying, he said something about, shock and awe as he was bombing Iran. I thought, what an asshole, first of all. And then I thought, what if there's something more to this than I know right now? Like, something didn't feel right about it. I didn't know all the information, but I wasn't like, yeah, go get the Iranian. I never did that. I didn't do it even in the 90s when they had all that. I wasn't a brainwashed American. I thought the other guy has a story too. He has a side too. I don't believe that wherever I live has to be right all the time, whether it's America or no. So, and now I know more, and 9/11 was a sham. But now it worked, because we're all afraid of each other. And same with COVID in a different way. We weren't afraid of each other, but we're afraid of literally each other, because we're afraid of getting germs from everybody else. And if you stand 6 feet apart from someone, experience have shown that if you're 6 feet apart or further, you can't interact energetically as easily. So we keep us apart. So we're scared of each other because of 9/11, and we're scared to be near each other because of COVID, and screw all that. That's why I'm doing my channel. You want me to stop my channel? Bring back rock and roll and bring back the peace, and I might not have a reason to. That's no promises. I might anyway. And as far as dressing how I do, you want me to stop? You want me to button up one button and stop judging me? Stop judging anybody because of how they look. When you might be judging an angel, you don't know that. I might button up for a day just for spite, just to show you guys, hey, I get it. Thanks a lot. And I'm not saying it's any one person's fault, because it isn't. It's a cultural wide phenomena that we judge each other based on how we look. Oh, he's got to be poor. He's got to be homeless. He's got to be a million. You know, the richest people dress like everybody else. Bill Gates. Richest people don't want to be noticed as Bill Gates all the time. He wears fucking T-shirts. I'm not Bill Gates, but I know I have a feeling for that. I'm not that, but I grew up and I understood when I had to dress up. And a lot of people don't want that, and they don't want to be noticed everywhere they go. Bill Gates wears fucking T-shirts, and he's the fourth or fifth or third richest person in the world. Well, that's part of peace, is not judging each other, not giving everybody the benefit of the doubt instead of skepticism first, and then we'll go from there. That's all. I'm not putting any one person down. And yet I'm also applauding people, because you guys are starting not to do that. I mean, you guys, people are starting to realize that. I have a feeling about it, and I do have a feeling that rock and roll is making a comeback. I have that feeling. I've heard rock and roll being played at times in places I've gone and stuff where something just tells me my channel helped with that, and it makes me happy. I might have had something to do with them playing that song on their car as they're driving by, or whatever this context is. Not, if I had something to do with that, that's awesome. I like that. So, am I just rambling? I'm just trying to get my thoughts out. I'm getting better with being alone now too. Can I say how I feel about that in even more than one way? Not having the Matt Rader as a friend right now, because he's too proud to give me a call back, or maybe he doesn't want to. Doesn't matter which. Or my wife being here. I'm alone in this house, and I'm beginning to be more and more comfortable with that. It's not killing me every minute of every day. And as far as having a girlfriend, I'd love one. But not having Amy doesn't bum me out like it used to. She can have Andy. Andy can have her, really. I don't care. I enjoy the single feeling. I enjoy being free of anyone. I'm not saying I wouldn't have a girlfriend, because I would. Trust me, and I'll show you. But I like being just free of all that too. See these couples going up and down the road, and the guy's usually bragging about, look at my girl, or even look at me because of my girl. And the girl's kind of looking down and looking at him and then winking at me. What a sham. It's all bragging about your arm candy. And towing the societal line of you have to have only one mate. And then since you do, you might as well show her off and act like a jackass. I don't do that, and I'm happy not doing that. If I never had a girlfriend again, I would still be Shirtless Guy and walk around. Wouldn't be because I didn't want it or try, but I can live without it. Watch me. I'm doing it right now, and I'm still doing good. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't not have a girlfriend right now, and I'm still doing great. Okay? I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm learning to be comfortable in my own skin. What's that thing? I'm learning to be comfortable wherever I am. There's a saying, wherever you are, there you are. I'm learning to be happy and comfortable in my own skin. And is there anything else? And I enjoy the variety on my channel. I enjoy that I sometimes talk about physics and all that. I don't just stick to one topic or one skill. I even do Frisbee videos. I like that I can share my whole gamut of my reality with you guys, and I appreciate that. I like that. I don't have another thing like somewhere that I'm not showing you. I enjoy just using you guys as a sounding board, and using you guys as virtual friends. I don't have people to talk to literally all the time much, but I have you guys. So who's to say I'm not talking with someone right now? Which helps my attitude, which helps me get through my day, and it's a good thing. And Anything else? Yeah, I did not mean to break down about my dad. That was sincere. And I don't do it all the time, believe me. I don't. That's not my thing, whining about my dad and crying in my face with my face in my hands. But it happened. And that was genuine, and I'm not going to delete it. I'm not going to say no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it on there. It was sincere. It was genuine. I'm going to go with that. You don't see me doing it now, but I did it then. So be it. I didn't mean to, but I did. By hitting me all the time, he was preparing me for this world. I'm quick, dude. Well, how'd I get that way? I have good hand-eye, but I was also trained that way. And I'm gonna hate him for it now. I've never been, and I make sure this is true. I've only been in a dojo for martial arts less times than I can count on one hand. That's all I'll say. I don't. Why go there? Have to register my hands and feet first of all, and then wear this stupid belt and clothes and look like you're progressing somewhere that doesn't really. All it does is change the color of what's holding up your pants. I don't need it. But the guy was training me since I was like a baby. I mean, literally. There you have it. How can I say it any other way? In fact, I heard the story when I was being adopted, that my parents said he's the one, and when they found me, which made me realize, if I think about it, that it wasn't a random adoption. They had reasons for picking me. It wasn't just a luck of the draw or a roll of the dice. But it also meant that I've been giving a gift, and I should use it, and I should embrace it, and enjoy it, and be happy about it, and be proud of it, which I'm starting to do now. I'm actually starting to be proud of my dad. I mean, of being his son too, not just proud of what he did. That's easy, but being proud to be his son. I'm starting to do that. And if Andy, what's his name is Morrison, wants to take me to court this year, I would enjoy it thoroughly, through and through. I would just have fun. Because I'll look right at the judge and say, Judge, I respect you. You do what you want. This is your court. Now you make the decision. Am I right, or is this Andy dude right? I rest my case. What do you want me to do? I'll film it on my channel, not inside the courtroom, because that's not allowed. But I'll film it for material. I'll film myself walking the trial, or whatever you call that. Session, hearing. I'm not an expert on their names. Thanks, Andy. Thanks for the content. Go for it. I'm good. I'm really good. I mean, if you don't take me to court, that's fine too. But I almost feel like let down. Like, oh man, I was looking forward to that. It's like 3:00 when you have a bully to fight, and you're actually let down that he didn't show up, or your dad wouldn't let you fight. That's what really happened to me. You guys want to hear that? I had a fight scheduled for 3 or 4 o'clock. I think it was 3. After school, when in 6th grade, if you can believe that. And I wanted to fight the dude. But my dad picked me up from school, and he wouldn't let me. My dad wouldn't let me fight. I said, Dad, come on, man. I just want to go knock this guy's lights out. No, you're not going to do that today. Took me home, wouldn't let me go fight some dude. That's kind of cool of him, really. He saw the bigger picture. He saw that in the end, I'm getting myself in trouble too. In the end, I'm going to get hit too. And I wasn't ready. He knew that. I was only 11 years old in 6th grade. Am I ready to go get my lights punched out? I don't think so. My dad didn't let it happen. That's cool. That's cool, right? Anything else? Am I missing anything? I don't. So talk about my pinky breakthrough. Yeah, and I enjoy that I do diverse things on my content. Do you know that I didn't even know that the words to Rome by the B-52s until a few years ago? I didn't even know what they were saying in that. I've never learned that on the guitar in my life, and I hardly paid attention to it in the 80s. I only heard that song because it was played on the radio. But it came to me to do it, and I did it. I don't have that much musical prejudice, and I like that. It's a badass song. I'll play it. And I did. So I like to have an open mind, and I have diversity in my content and diversity in my music when I do that for my content. I love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.